Hi, friend Arenas. Welcome back to Dergy. Be playing Persona 5 Royal. We are about to take the final steps in order to take Kaneshiro down and just bank with him. But first, what do my friendos have to say?
Well,
what are you gonna do, Joker? Talk to the team. What I'm talking about? How's your progress?
yeah.
And what if there's still loot left around here? Might as well grab whatever this palace has got. Try to forget about our deadline.
You're right.
The Joker in charge, I'm certain we don't have to worry about that. Aw, thanks, Makoto. Thanks for having faith in me. Now then, Joker, the timing of the calling card will be up to you.
What are your thoughts?
Is there anything else you want to discuss? I mean, honestly, Makoto could probably very well be in charge of this operation, but she relinquishes that to us. And it shows a respect, I think, for our mind as far as, like, in character regarding to Joker. And that's another reason I really like her. I mean, honestly, she has a tendency to defer to other people anyway, as we've seen, but here it's healthier for her, I do feel, to defer to me than to defer to the kinds of adults that she used to, because Joker here, I mean, has been in her shoes in a way, so he's not gonna do the same shit those adults have been, you know, doing to her. So I think she feels that and is willingly able to defer to him, but she still provides all of her input very strongly, very, just, you know, everything she feels needs to be said, it's said, even though she defers to us, as a natural sort of hierarchy to get this thing done here. That's interesting to me, and I think it's a sign of growth, and it's one of her best traits, I think, is she's very strongly able to express herself here in Mementos, and she feels very able to do so, and she certainly does. But she isn't too controlling, I feel. She really is not, at all. In fact, the too controlling one, I would say, is Morgana. And also, Ryuji sort of has that sort of thing, too, I'd say. She's a little bit less, things should be done my way, but she certainly provides her input, and usually we're gonna defer to her on that, because normally she's good at the strategizing stuff that really we've been missing so far. And it largely, I think that a lot of her brains is why a lot of this stuff goes off without a hitch the way that it does.
Let's go.
Well, I think we're done here. Indeed. What's up, Ryuji? I got no idea where Kaneshiro went, but it don't matter so long as we steal just what we came for. Heck ye. Makoto. So we're gonna send the calling card? I suppose I truly am a fan of Thief now. She even giggled about it, you know, despite how reserved of a person she is on the outside. I love the whole, the dynamic of Makoto, of the, you know, reserved, you know, good girl, honor student, and then, well, just how free she feels, and just like everyone else, but her way in particular is awesome to me, and frankly sexy to some degree or another. As I will point out every single time it is. Like that ass. I mean, what? Alright, so. However, we must still prepare the calling card. I hope you look forward to what I produce. Oh, I certainly will, Yosuke. Yosuke, you've got that covered with all your talent, Ming. Alright, so. We got the will seeds. I don't really care about the other loot. I know I missed a chest or two, probably. I know I missed that room that you have to pay to get into. As far as I know, you still do. I wonder if there's something worth all that coin in there. And I wonder if there is a back way in. Like there was. I wonder if it is also maybe just a shortcut. But who knows? Getting an uneasy feeling. But regardless, I don't really care because it's not a will seed. It's the only thing I really want to make sure I get from these places. Yes, okay, this is where fusion alarms are tutorialized. I was wondering when this became a thing. Is it at this point during Kaneshiro, or is it when you go into it while you're exploring Kaneshiro's, or what? I'm not sure. Interesting. A siren?
This is a failsafe to ensure you do not neglect your rehabilitation. It's intended to push you into performing executions. We call it a fusion alarm.
It's a warning system that tells you when you've been slacking off on your duties. When you hear this sound, the first things on your mind should be this place and executions.
You must become stronger for the sake of your rehabilitation.
Executions will be much more severe when the alarm is sounding. The result of this is that any fused personas will be further strengthened.
However, the more executions that you perform during the alarm, the higher the chance of an accident occurring. With that in mind, you must prepare more than usual while performing executions in the midst of an alarm.
The alarm will sound after you've endured numerous repeated battles. Make certain you come here as soon as you hear it.
I'm guessing it's like the first time in Konoshiro's when you've done that. Got it.
Good. You'd better make excellent use of the alarm.
I will certainly try to do so, because fusion alarms can have some funky and overpowered stuff happen. I'm all for it. Fusion alarm. A fusion alarm may occur after winning a battle in the metaverse. During an alarm, the Velvet Room will turn red and the execution results will differ. Personas will gain more stat values, different skills, and max inheritance slots. Using guillotine, electric chair, or the same execution method multiple times will cause an accident. Okay. An accident may occur if you use the persona that was made during the same alarm as the material. But there is a chance that the stat values might increase even more. When an accident occurs, you will be told to leave. The alarm will also end if you leave after the fusion. You can speak to the warden to stop the alarm without fusing.
Well then,
Okay.
continue to devote yourself to your rehabilitation.
Alright. So I can stop the alarm without fusing, but I'd like to see what goofy stuff I can make with the alarm.
Pursue rehabilitation with all your body and soul.
Okay, but seeing that alarm has been raised, choose your next course wisely for the sake of your rehabilitation. Will do.
Alarm time, inmate.
Fusions are more effective during alarms. But if you keep treading the same ground in your fusions, you might not get the results you expect, so look out. Very interesting. It pushes you to do different things with the different things, which means, honestly, this is a good thing for me to do when I'm... This is a good thing to make sure that I am, I'm using all the things a little bit more, I'd say. Actually, no, you know what, always fuse by results. What do we got for level 27s? 26s and 27s. Anyone else that is... Oh, yeah, wait, well, no, yeah, we literally don't have any... That's over, yeah, Kinki Sandman. Oh, here we go. Hanged a Magician, bam. So I don't have to use any of... I don't have to use my Ryuji persona that way. So, bam.
It is neither remarkable nor unremarkable.
And Magician is kind of free for what I'm using it for. Because of... By the way, I really like Lamia's design. Because I'm a scaly, and also, damn. I just kind of wish that the game didn't, you know, have the hair covering the boobs. Because I'm me, okay? I'm sorry. I mean, you can see enough of them as is. All you have to do is imagine nipples and bam. She's basically... I mean, they're still kind of pushing the envelope here. This is partial nudity to an extreme, anyway. But anywho, I'm gonna stop staring at her for at least 5 seconds, because this is one of the most sexy personas I've seen in my life. In, like, absolutely every single way. I'm done. I promise
Choose which
I won't
skills
stare
to
at her for a
inherit.
billion more years. No, that's a lie. But not right now. Fell odor. Increases chance of inflicting ailments after a baton pass. Increases chance of inflicting burn after a baton pass. Ailments in general? Yeah, that'd be really helpful for setting up combos on things that don't have weaknesses. Burn would be nice too, though, but just any ailment is nice. Let's see here. Thonky Durgan. We won't actually be getting a new party member for a while. It'll stay the same even through Futaba's. We'll get a new party member starting with Haru. Like, down the line. So, considering that, and considering I'm still gonna probably be mostly wanting to keep what I've got on Yusuke and Makoto, because they're just my 3 favorite characters. Frankly, that's the reason. On Yusuke and Makoto. Over Ryuji and Morgana in general, so... Garla. But having Sleep in addition to On would be smart, but since I'll have On in my party for the time being, making sure I can inflict ailments will be nice. I think, considering just all the slots that I have, I'll have Aguilau in there. Just in case there's a bunch of things that are weak to fire, and then I can just sort of chain with On. Counter. Very, very nice to have, just in case. And yeah, Dormina.
I cannot expect any new power from this.
However, it's still going to be pretty strong for, you know, being a level under me. And then, of course, it will not be long before, and Priestess Personas are going to be very strong, because I'm going to be harping on Makoto's confidants, but I'm going to first be harping on Maruki's before anyone else's, but yeah. That's going to be after Konoshiro anyway, so yeah. And the Flames of Vengeance. Any who oppose us shall be singed by the fire now within your mask. Do, do, do. Seems your newly born persona has more power than one normally would. Oh boy, yeah, go ahead. Usually they're gonna be ridiculous. Yep, they're gonna, okay, Zeodine. So this way, I also have Ryuji covered, as well as Morgana, and also Lullaby, which I do believe is a stronger, yeah, medium chance of sleep to all, it's, Lullaby is Dormina, but for all foes. Very nice. How about that? It turned out great. Heck yeah, your new persona will temporarily be overflowing with power. Very nice. You get some kind of unexpected results if you use this, during one in a... Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, this is also pushing me to use
Choose
everything
wisely.
but the guillotine, which is, you know...
Always strive for more.
I could, but no. Not yet. For now, fuck this alarm. Or, you know what? I'll
Prepare for the
itemize.
unexpected.
This is its powered up form.
I'll itemize specifically... I'll keep Empress around for when I'm a little higher level in a bit. I'll itemize these two. See what happens.
This card's
This will be its new form. Now, you shall be reborn.
They don't care what I'm doing, I'm just kind of getting rid of it. Okay, so... You know what, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gone. I want to go back.
Hey!
What are you doing? We should get going. Oh, Ratifreen. Yeah, I've done all the stuff I really wanted to do there. So, yeah. Da-do-da-do-do. Now return to the real world. Gotta choose those sticky. All I really wanted to do there that I could do with my current level and personas. But yeah, I explored the entire moflower. Yeah, we did it. Let's go over to the treasure. All we need to do is send it to Colin. Okay. Indeed, we finished the pre-arrangements and now shall face the true test. This is no time to panic, Joker. Let's ensure we succeed after having come so far. Yes, indeed, let's do it.
Ah, you're back.
Okay.
You did great today. You tired? Yeah, quite a bit. When are we gonna send the calling card? We should hurry it up. I have to agree. The earlier, the better in my book. There is no assurance he will keep his promise, after all. What are your thoughts on the matter, Makoto? Honestly, I can't wait to send it. I want to put an end to these Nazi crimes as soon as possible. Yeah, I feel that. I agree. Damn, I gotta step up and get my game. You guys are super passionate. Aw, we'll be ready to go whenever you are. Hecky! I could see what other infiltration tools. Because proficiency is one of the things I have, don't I? Yeah, proficiency 3. I'm still working on guts and kindness specifically, so that would mean that considering I just did a whole palace in a day, time to first knowledge point.
Hey!
Free knowledge points. What are the May Blues? I'm gonna look it up. It's called Malaise, which honestly, I do not know what that is. It's rare to come across an English word that I have no inkling what the meaning is. But I think everyone, even like the biggest English scholars, still come across that. Like the English language, all languages probably are so just vast because, you know, so many people have used them over many years that there's always going to be words like this, which is a really fascinating thing to think about to me. Malaise. I got it. The answer is Malaise. Malaise. In Japan, the May Blues are named as such due to the change in seasons and the number of people who fall ill after the long holiday at April's end. Similar terms are used across the world. Students in the USA get the September blues after summer vacation, while the UK has the January blues to contend with.
All right.
Oh wow, even I couldn't figure that one out.
Nice.
You get it sorry after solving these crossword puzzles. I'll have to look up what the word malaise means, because that still didn't explain what the word malaise means. But what it seemed to hint at is that malaise is the real term for these terms here. In fact, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Okay. Malaise is a general feeling of discomfort, illness, or uneasiness whose exact cause is difficult to identify. That makes sense. Because, you know, it's always related to a certain time of year, but otherwise we're not 100% certain. And so it's a malaise. That makes sense. I'm not certain why it's a thing that way. But anywho, let us go ahead and, whoops, not think. Why would you think? It's kind of a joke, it's sort of a jab at how much I tend to act on an impulse and such without thinking. Time to clean up. Oh, well, I'd certainly appreciate that. Oh, no, don't break anything in store. Got it? Thank you. That's pretty clean, even if there are some areas we couldn't reach. You won't get paid for doing this, but you've just got to push through. You're staying here for free after all, indeed. Although, the way he's talking about it
should do it for now.
Is like it's required and expected of you, whereas you decided to do it on your own. I don't know. And I also think that a lot of Japanese cultural values that, frankly, I don't really think a lot of them are healthy or good. And a lot of them probably contribute to why a lot of Japanese people want to commit suicide. But a lot of times I feel like Morgana tends to take moments to try to instill traditional, very old, very outdated, a lot of people would say, Japanese values that have a lot to do with sacrificing yourself, which is the sort of thing that leads a lot of people to all sorts of dark mental places that make them not very much of use to society in the end anyway. Then, of course, just a lot more suffering, which you could argue is not worth something like, oh, I'm being of service to people, and being of service to them, and I don't know. There's a lot you can argue with there, but maybe it's just me because I'm an extremely sensitive person, and I've just noticed that I need to give less of a fuck about what other people think I should do, because if I don't, I would go nuts. I can't do most things others expect of me, and at this point, I don't feel like I should. If I really feel like I'm up to it, and it feels like something that's really necessary, then I do it. Period, no questions asked. Otherwise, there's no real reason for me to, I've decided. Other people basically just want their lives to be easier. And if you're in an authority position, I think it's kind of a natural human thing oftentimes to use that authority position to make other people do things for you, whereas that might not be entirely necessary, you know? And they might have a lot going on. So fuck people for doing that willy-nilly without thinking about why. Thinking about the customers and cleaning the store probably helped increase your kindness, no? Indeed. Also, frankly, cleanliness is probably not near as important as most people seem to think it is. Things look nicer when they're cleaner, right? And sometimes, some people do better in cleaner environments. Like, it's not like I literally am okay with my space being the dirtiest, most awful, disgusting thing in the world, but frankly, my dad seems to think that that's what I think. But I just kind of let natural, normal life things happen, and if I make messes, then I clean them up. But stuff like accumulated dust and that sort of thing, it's hard for me to feel like that's something that needs to be dealt with. You know, things like, I don't know, man. Cleaning is just something that feels really unnecessary to me a lot of the time. Because why would you spend your energy on doing that when you can spend your energy on doing things that enrich you and make you feel better? And cleaning just feels like it takes my energy and gives me nothing back. And the more things I do in my life that do that kind of thing to me, the less I'll have to even give, and I want to give. So, you know, that's kind of what stuff like this makes me go about, like what Morgana said there. It took longer than I expected. We should go to bed once we clean up the rest. Yes, indeed. We were able to grab a seat. Why don't we read something until we get there? Here we go. Kinder Durgan go we. After his death, the statue of Buchi became a symbol of Shibuya. Buchiko, the story about this dog makes me cry every time. Cry every time.
What are your thoughts?
So you finished reading Buchiko's story. A dog who kept waiting for his master in Shibuya, huh? A noble and loyal friend to the end. I have to admit, the story moved me. Can't you feel it warm your heart too? I think finally. So now it's time to just eat so many burgers until 3 guts happens and I get bonuses for everything else too. Alright. Dude.
Oh, yes.
I hate how much it rains this time of year. I love it. Shut up, dude. Speaking of rain, did you know that Taro boat that the Teru Teru Bozu was originally female? The Wadu Wadu Wadu? I don't think I'm too familiar with that myth, I would imagine. According to one theory, it came from a Chinese paper doll. Oh, whoa. Of a girl, the Sao Ching Niang. By the way, let me know anyone that's at all versed in Chinese, unlike I am, how well pronounced or non-well pronounced that was right there. When it came to Japan, it looked like a monk praying for sunny weather and became male. Wait, what? In the history of the world, it's not uncommon to twist people's genders for politics or religion. Interesting. Now then, Durgan-kun, look at this picture.
Here's a question.
Some say this tarot card is based off of a woman named Joan. Now, do you know what this woman's position was? Yep, a pope. I wanted to make sure, but yes.
Oh, not
That's
bad.
correct. Pope Joan was a significant figure from the medieval ages. You're quite the history buff. Joan, or Joanna, or Johanna, as some historians argue. Wait, Johanna is in Makoto's persona? Okay, I didn't know she was actually based on Johanna, like Pope Joan. Okay, cool, that makes sense. Was the Pope of Rome, even though women couldn't be priests. As such, she was a legendary figure, sometimes thought of as an anti-church symbol. Oh, really? But how did that happen? How did the patriarchy allow that to occur back then? Let me know, friends. I don't really know. And frankly, I'm not too interested in history, but this interests me for sure. I'm more interested in what I can create from my mind that can intrigue and interest and engage other people. And, you know, elsewise what other people have created that do the same for me. Like, I'm much more interested in studying fictional worlds than the real one. And you could say that I'm an escapist, and I would say that is a good way to say that. That is a good term, but I really do not feel, after spending my life like this, that it really has made my life any harder and made situations that occur any worse. Just because I'm not having my head right in all this stuff and learning about it voluntarily by myself instead of just hearing all this from other sources when it's really relevant to me, because I'll do so anyway, I've noticed. Anyway.
Nice going!
Well, you must really be smart to be able to answer a question like that. According to the legends, Joan was a cross-dressing girl brought from Athens to Rome. Okay, so we're already getting what the answer to my question was there. Praised throughout the city for her wisdom, she was eventually chosen by the people as pope. However, when it was discovered that she was a woman, she was stoned to death. This incident was regarded as taboo by the church. As a result, Joan was stricken from history. Oh my god, really? As long as they can do the job, doesn't matter if they're a man or woman. Some people, yeah. But, you know, it's not how most men especially used to think back in the day. I don't know. It's interesting. It feels like more natural for men to try to be controlling of every situation, or at least it felt like that before. But now it feels like there's more women that are like that. But I think it's just a human nature thing. And I think men used to use their natural, more or less, physical superiority to some degree, which isn't always, of course, across the board. Especially if a woman spends a lot of time being very fit. They're going to be probably stronger than someone like me, who lives a rather sedentary lifestyle. I'm working on reversing that, but frankly, it'll probably never be a super active lifestyle, because frankly, everything that I really love is right here in front of my computer. This is the world that I really need, right here in front of my computer. The rest of the world are things that are supplementary and help me, but this is the world I need. The digital world here, you know. That's how I feel, anyway. Oh, that's right, An wants to do the calling card, but before I do it, I want to make sure that Maruki's around or not. And a day where he's not around, I will do the calling card, because we have 16 days left. He is not available, so when are we sending the calling card? We found the treasure, so I think we should get on this soon. Why not meet up with everyone if you're ready? So what will it be? Should we assemble at the hideout and send the calling card? Yes, please. Meet up. Okay. I'll head to the hideout. Heck ye.
Oh, Ryuji, hello.
I like how Makoto's even able to be friendly with even him.
Hey, Makoto.
Is something wrong?
Nah, it's nothing.
Well, it definitely doesn't seem like it's nothing to you.
So, I've been doing a little thinking, and...
Oh yeah! Frankly, this is such an awkward conversation, but I'm gonna keep it going, because it's not... I don't know.
How do I put it? I guess I was thinking about coming up with a new move, like a special tag team move kind of thing.
Yeah, frankly, Ryuji's embarrassment here, and just how weird these two are together. Like, I think, honestly, this dynamic here is represented in a much more fun and less cringy way to me through the actual move itself than through this conversation. So I don't think this conversation is really necessary, so... and also, it's hard for me to handle the length of it, mostly.
All that's left is the calling card, right?
Yep.
We should send it.
Yuppity.
I would agree, but it will not be an easy task this time.
Yeah, nobody actually knows him.
There's so goddamn much I want to write on the calling card, too. Oh, yeah!
So get this, I was talking to Makoto earlier, we came up with the same move, yek. Yay. Yeah, I don't know why I said yek, that's a word that exists now. Yeah, because it came out of my mouth. If you think about it, people invent words all the time by accidentally saying things. It's pretty amazing, right? Like fugity faggle figgle finger. That's an expletive, because that's the kind of stuff I say when I'm just sort of mildly annoyed, when I make some sort of mistake and I'm just sort of correcting it gently. That's a word to me because I use it frequently to describe something. If you think of language as just not a set of strict rules on how to speak about any given thing, which schools certainly try to drill that into you. If you think of language as just what you use in order to describe things and speak about things and communicate verbally, then, and also writtenly, then writtenly is now a word too. Hey, there we go. I don't think writtenly was originally a word, but I'm pretty sure the intent is clear, so writtenly works, right? I would say that, honestly, it's just okay to invent essentially your own language as long as you feel like it's intuitive enough that other people might be able to get what you mean. And if you're like, oh, wait, what are you talking about when you mean that? When you say that, what's that? Then you explain it, and so it's Gucci. Insane?
Well?
I mean, not in a bad way. It's a bit difficult to explain with words alone. Don't worry, I'll take care of explaining. Alright, so the plan is... Did it just... Oh, did the star light up?
What did you say?
So it's just like how it reacted with Lady Arnold and I did last time, but it didn't react at all at other times, though. I don't get how this thing works. Instead of granting wishes, maybe it just offers a bit of support. As long as it benefits in some way, if it benefits us in some way, I'm happy. Let's give it a try when there's an opportunity. Make sure to match my timing, okay? Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Ryuji and Makoto's showtime is unlocked. Yay. Cool. Alright, friends. Let's hold meeting first. We'll keep those pictures from getting out no matter what it takes. Our deadline is still far off. There is no need to panic now. We just need to send the calling card now. But we still don't know where we're sending it to, huh? Well, let's figure this out.
I guess we should send out the calling card.
Now the question is, how do we deliver the calling card to him?
Yeah, we don't know where he lives.
Why not use the same method?
Thankfully, we've got our brains now, and she knows what to do. I didn't mean to cut her off, by the way. I just tend to do that accidentally. So, what ended up happening with the calling card? Makoto took Ryuji with her. She specifically mentioned that he would be fine and we have nothing to worry about. I wonder what she plans on doing with him. Has anyone heard anything from either of them? Let's leave it to him. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's Makoto. He trusts her implicitly already at this point. Also, honestly, let's be frank here. It's a huge part of it is because he's crushing on her so fucking hard. I'm sure it'll be fine with Makoto. Well, if Makoto's there with him. I'd definitely be worried if Ryuji was going alone, though. You have a point. Ah, whoops. Right. I suppose we will find out tomorrow either way. For now, we should get some rest. Yep, see ya.
We only have one shot at this.
You finally strike tomorrow.
Don't let your guard down.
I will not, Makoto. Don't worry about it. Make sure you get your prep done. We need to be in top shape for this. Heck, It won't let us go out tonight either.
Hey, wait!
Yep, nope, okay. So, tools instead of coffee? Because frankly, I think we'll be fine on SP for one boss fight, even though it's a boss fight. I'm just hoping I'm right on that. I'm pretty sure I never really ended up using all my SP during one boss fight most of the time, though, so that's good. In this game, anyway.
I see.
Infiltration tools. Alright, so in the meantime, just make sure I have lockpicks for later, because I won't use them now, but make sure I have them for Memento, so I don't even have to worry about that. Because if I can't do anything else, if I literally just basically can't work on the skills that I want to work on, then I will do something like this to make sure that I don't need to do this later.
Yes.
Definitely getting better, I can tell just by watching you. Oh, thank you. More proficient Durgan goes well. Yeah. I saw that, the way you use your hands, you did great. Oh, thank you. Proficiency 3. Okay, let's go a bit. Yeah,
Excuse me.
not gonna care about what kind of Shiro has to feel about this. We just need to... I mean, hell, it'll be apparent while we go through his boss fight what he has to feel about it.
The calling card's been posted all over Shibuya.
A good idea, no? Given the theatrical nature of this one, Kanashiro must surely have been contacted about it.
You truly are the brains of this Phantom Thieves operation. Ryuji, you should follow her example.
You know, I'm the one who went posting it everywhere, right? I even had to get all dressed up so they wouldn't notice me.
Come now. We don't have the time for idle chit-chat. Let us get moving.
You're going up against a truly horrible criminal this time.
That dick ain't gonna stop us now that we got our awesome new member. Makoto, you remember how all this works?
Once we steal the treasure, the palace will crumble, and the palace ruler's heart will change.
Wow, you got that quick.
Yep.
I think Ryuji's still struggling to comprehend it all.
You don't have to point that
Old
out.
me is dead. Makoto the sycophant is gone, and the corrupt adults who controlled her are next.
I love this.
Sounds like you're fired up. All right, Joker. Give us the signal.
So just...
It's showtime. Yeah, we did it. Feels good, Ming. I don't know. Oh, we didn't do it yet. We're about to do it, though. It'll be awesome. I love this song. It's very holy, but it's very heat. Let's do it. Let's do it, friends. Thank you. Is that kind of Shiro? Yep. He's waiting for us. Let's do it. What the hell?
A safe? This wasn't here the last time we came. He changed the entire room so quickly. I guess this palace isn't a bank for nothing.
Greetings. Welcome to my private city bank. I'm surprised you made it here alive. It seems you're quite lucky.
Lucky? Don't be ridiculous.
We're gonna change your heart and make you confess everything you've done. That'll save all those people who are suffering because of your shitty actions. Even the police are struggling to deal with you, so this will make the public believe in us too.
Those in power work the ones below them to the bone for money. Such is the hierarchy of the world.
Yeah, no,
Just
not
accept
quite.
your fate as a source of my wealth.
Doesn't have to be that way.
We'll never agree to that.
And hierarchy? You have to be out of your mind.
All of that was forced on me too, you know. I went through shit until I crawled my way out of the dregs. Now it's my turn to profit on everyone else.
Still, don't you think you're getting back at the wrong people? What a pitiful man.
It doesn't matter whether you're clean or dirty. Only the clever come out on top.
This game is really good at
The strong and the smart. You damn brats who think you know the world through the shit you read on.
Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that.
Will you just
Auto
shut it
off.
already?
Okay, this is what I meant to do. Whoops. But this game is really good, and this is a really good example of this at just highlighting how corrupt people are. Highlighting... Corrupt is the wrong word. Highlighting how people don't really notice their own fallacies and their own faults in their logic. And that sort of a thing. It's difficult to do so by yourself. I don't think it's impossible, but actually no. If you're really just making decisions in a vacuum, trying to change yourself in a vacuum, oftentimes I would say it doesn't work. Except, well, eventually, I definitely made a bit of a vacuum for myself. I didn't really realize I did, of course, but because of the suffering it caused, I was able to change that vacuum over time, to realize that, well, if it's causing me constant suffering, then that means it's a little bit of a weird internal system. And I think most people just accept that you're gonna feel those ways all the time, but you don't have to, especially if they're all relating to your own thoughts. You can always change things like that. It's just, it takes continuous work at it. And that work can not feel like work if you think about it in a way of, this is exactly what I need to do, and it will happen, and it'll be awesome. And because of the process, what I'm trying to do, it is an awesome process. And then it doesn't seem so bad anymore once you really solidify that belief subconsciously. That's what these people have not done. That's probably part of why they spiraled into the ways that they have become. It's a good stepping stone for continuing to work on yourself in real life. Playing games like this and analyzing them like this. Anyway.
I guess there's not much point saying anything to you fools. This is where my gracious lecture ends. Now then, I hope you're ready to work as slaves here for the rest of your lives.
Nope, and it's not gonna happen, so hee.
That's outrageous.
I'm gonna swarm all over you and squeeze out every last penny.
Yeah, swarm, like, you know, because he's gonna become a... It's an interesting thing, right? Yeah.
Holy shit! What the hell?
I wonder what that's supposed to symbolize. Like, if they knew his true inner nature, they wouldn't follow him like they do? Is that maybe what them running away from him turning into a fly symbolizes in real life? I really like how they take, you know, patterns and things that happen, and the way people are, and the way the world reacts to the way people are, the world meaning other people, of course. But they take all this stuff and they symbolize it in such an interesting, abstract way that I think for a lot of people makes it easier to understand what these things are and why they are, and etc. It's very interesting.
They're naive, they're reckless, and on top of that, they don't even realize how stupid they are. Now I couldn't just sit back and not cash in on those idiots, right? Time to roll out! Here he is, my guardian robot!
A pig? Damn it. I didn't expect he'd have something like this up his sleeve. Joker, have us regroup if you think we're at a disadvantage. We need to take down that giant robot. But we'll be in trouble if it attacks us when we're weakened.